It's a time to be excited. The Bitcoin crypto market is ripping. This is what I've been waiting for. And on that note, it was a great opportunity to pick up some more miners, right? We're overclocking some miners and just hitting it hard in this cryptocurrency bull run. I've been so scared to say that. And obviously you never know where things are going. But we've been waiting years for crypto to just rocket up. And myself in particular have been working very hard to build the real VoskCoin Mining Farm I've always wanted to build. So today I want to kind of run through what we're doing, what's changing, what we're upgrading, what we're expanding, and just everything in between. But for everyone who's been sticking with cryptocurrency, things are getting better. I hope you're happy. It's a moment to be like, finally, like a little bit of relief, validation that all this work we've all been putting in was worth it. We're gonna go ahead and get this stuff packed up and head over to the farm. All right, we arrived here out on the VoskCoin Mining Farm. Been cleaning stuff up. It's been go, 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 throwing stuff everywhere. And I just shut a couple miners down, not just to improve the audio on this video, but a couple things are being moved around. Mainly, I'm going to take, say like this X5 and the X19P, which have been very good miners in my experience. And finally, I'm going to look at moving the Kaspa mining corner out into the digital shovel mini pod. We're gonna have a warm week this week, but the weather is still generally cool. I could probably leave some of these in here, but I don't want to get behind the ball. We've successfully deployed a lot of miners in immersion fluid, freeing up space in our digital shovel mini pod M300. We have also utilized the bypass feature on the digital shovel mini pod, which has restored full mining capability for us in that pod. So on single phase electricity, we can deploy about 24 miners in there, assuming they're kind of using full power. And we can actually go beyond that when we carefully pay attention to the electrical consumption. It's been really cool reviewing the mini pod long term. There's been a couple ups and downs, but the plug and play performance of it is very cool. And as Bitcoin is rising in price, the market is heating up. If you're thinking like, oh, I want to get to market, having something to rapidly deploy is just becoming that much more valuable. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and grab these miners, move that shelf thing over a little bit, and then what I'm pretty excited to deploy today, and I'll make a whole video just about reviewing this thing. It's an Antminer S19K. We've talked about those before. They're really popular Bitcoin miner right now, but this is the modified Altair Urlacher version that basically has you used to see these a lot, the APW power supply. So that's still a Bitmain power supply, but it's half the size, right? One of the hash boards has been taken out, so it mines at 2/3 of the 115 terahash per second mining capacity. But what's so cool about this is it works on 120 voltage. So this is a plug and play anywhere miner. This is like the tagline, right? How they should try to market these things is now anyone can mine Bitcoin anywhere. I think this is so cool. It goes much beyond being a space heater. I mean, this is almost current gen hardware. It's efficient, and one of the biggest hurdles that people face is where do I plug this thing in? And with Bitcoin ripping upwards in price, the electricity bills become much more palatable. But there's the Bitcoin halving, so we'll see. Exciting times, but I want to get this set up and running. Granted, I am excited, but I can't speak for the performance of it yet because I'm literally just about to plug it in for the first time. All right, did some quick cleaning. Push this into the corner a little bit tighter. It's not great, but this has this adapter on board. So a couple things you can do with this, but what I'm doing is just using our mesh network here and utilizing the Ethernet port. Really like the 3D printed aspect of this, and I appreciate that they didn't do some funky color on this and just did a gray that kind of blends in, matches, and we've got a professional style finish on this. I love 3D printing. I really want to get into it, but just never enough time in the day. then plugged in, typical power cord, right? NEMA. And then you can just go ahead and plug it into the wall. Shameless plug, VoskCoin meter boxes, link below. And on that note, we've got a coupon code for them and Altair. Punch in the code VoskCoin, save some coin. I mean, why not? I appreciate when you support the channel and use our links and codes, but even more so, just make sure if there's coupon codes, use them and save some coin. Why not? So I'm gonna get this set up. We got a lot of other stuff to do today. So more on that in the full video review coming, let's say, sometime soon. One of the other miners we just got is the Gold Shell HS Box 2. This thing really doesn't earn much, but I got it to check it out, have some fun, and make a review on it. So we got it from ASIC Marketplace. You know, that's where I got a lot of my gear. The recent haul is all from ASIC Marketplace, as well as Altair. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm taking all these full-size miners out here like I discussed earlier. So I've got one up here, and I'm going to put some of these little box miners up here to keep it a little bit warmer. And the rest of our mining farm isn't really suited right now to run mini miners. So they're best deployed, especially for me, you know, just simply in my house or here in what we call the field building, VoskCoin HQ. And let me shut this guy down. This is the Bitmain Antminer L7 8800 megahash second version. So this is basically the worst version that they made. We can see the real-time power draw on this thing is about 3,300 watts, or about 14 amps on 240 volt here, single phase electricity, as we work towards our three-phase build out. What I'm actually going to do is put some fan spoofers on this and dunk it. I've got two of them. I've got two open immersion spots still. So I'm kind of focused on shifting gears a bit. I've spent a lot of time focused here building out the Bitcoin mining backbone of the VoskCoin Mining Farm. But moving forward, I'm going to bring my attention back to altcoin mining due to the Bitcoin emission rate in conjunction with my current power rate. So we're working towards getting our effective electricity rate down. But you know, I have to make the best moves I can in real time to ensure that we have a profitable and viable business, all while building out all these crypto networks that, to be frank, I'm just obsessed with. I'm rooting for them. They're so cool. Mining is such an incredible thing. If you've never done it, even just it's not financial advice, right? You do whatever the hell you want to do. But if you grab a little mini miner, I just always love to see people light up when they deploy one, and they're just like, man, like, this is cool. Like this little computer just earned me passive income 24/7. Obviously, you can DIY like a GPU miner and a CPU miner, but in this current era and for the last several years, it just unless you hit the right coin speculative mining, it just has not been very profitable. It's actually very expensive to build a GPU mining rig, and the returns are day to day before coin pumps are kind of like just sitting around break even. Two other miners that we just picked up are the newer little box miners from Ivy Link. So they're very similar in form factor to the Gold Shell box miners. Their performance is a little bit better, so it's going to be interesting. I'm so excited to see more manufacturers enter the small mining game. This is a really cool opportunity for people to get easier, cheaper exposure to mining different cryptocurrencies. These things are easy to deploy anywhere. And my favorite thing about all these little mini miners is that they make these cryptocurrency blockchain networks so much more anti-fragile, right? If you have a little miner in every house throughout the world, I mean, good luck shutting it down, government. Let me guess, you need some more tax money, even though you print unlimited money and you operate in the craziest debt deficit that the world has ever seen. Why do you get to play on a cheat code but nobody else does? Another thing I'm out here working on today is going to be overclocking some miners. In particular, I'm going to be overclocking the original KS0 and the KS0 Pro. Kaspa has been doing very well in price, but the time to get it when it comes to Kas mining is now. So I've already made great returns on these miners. And my focus moving forward, right, is to really push these things to the limit because Kaspa mining, the way the emission decreases month over month over month, it's just the sooner the better. It's just really that simple. But you need to upgrade the power supplies if you're going to overclock them because they consume more electricity. And if you can't support that, well, then it won't work. So I'll drop a link down on these. But basically, oftentimes people just search like MSI gaming laptop power supply. You're looking for 180 watts. I got 2 different models just to test them out. They came with a couple different barrel adapters. Make sure I don't speak the wrong sizing. This is the sizing that you need on the barrel adapter to plug into the KS0 and the KS0 Pro. The model I just showed you, again, is 180 watts. And you know, I got these off Amazon. Got here in a couple days. So a critical note about these is they can run on 120 volt, right, normal US wall outlet electricity. They can also run on 240 voltage. These power supplies automatically adjust, so you plug them in, wherever you want to deploy them. I don't have the adapter on hand to use the, it's commonly called like a 3-prong to go into. Actually, I do have an adapter. So I do have the adapter. This is the adapter. So this is a C13 connection, which is perfectly fine for this kind of power usage. And I've got, I forgot we were running the old PDU on here still. But I can plug this into my PDU, and then I can plug, the normal NEMA power cable into this. So this is great to have more versatility in your mining farm depending on your electrical setup and so forth. Generally speaking, it's always better to be running on 220 voltage plus, 240 voltage plus. It reduces your amperage draw among many other things. But the beauty, again, in the KS0 and the KS0 Pro is the fact that they use these little power supplies that can be easily deployed on all these different electrical types. If you look at the KS3M, which we have right here, and the KS1, those have attached power supplies that are only rated for basically 240 voltage. 180 is above 110, 120, so that's within that category. It's a little confusing, but it's basically 100-ish voltage or 200-ish voltage. All right, power supply has been attached. Plugged it into the adapter on the PDU. This one in particular had all these different fittings, so I used the fitting called B. And then the cable just plugs right in. But you can see we've got a green light on the power supply brick here. Just let this bundled. And what I really need to do is add additional cooling, right? And that's why this is actually built like this. You can just put a normal like PC style, probably, I need to double check this, but probably 120 millimeter. I'll put on screen right now what the absolutely correct model there is. I'm just gonna run some additional air over these until I go and either find or order a fan. So this is just changing the power supply. You need to change the power supply before you actually overclock anything. So it's just going to turn back on and keep doing what it does. And now I just need to swap this one out. Obviously, it's just going to be the same process. Box fan engaged. Should be what I like to call good enough. Man, what a busy day. Got a bunch of miners set up over here. Wow! You alright? Look at your head, Nick. So we got a bunch of miners set up in here. Classic me style. Quick, dirty. 2.5 fans need to be replaced here on the pod. So it's actually pretty critical that I do that very shortly. We have completed the bypass mode. So basically the PDU on the far side runs like a dumb PDU. It just sends power, works, functional, good enough, everything like that. So that replacing that fan is going to be a priority for me. I've got 2 replacements on hand. I need to contact Digital Shovel, but they've been cool to work with on that stuff. So obviously it's a chore that I gotta replace this thing within about a year of use. But they sent me the replacement motor, so all you can ask for, right? Walked into the immersion shed. Redacted! So this has just puked immersion fluid all over the floor. I mean, God. There is a lot of it. The floor will never be the same. The irony is that system is leaking on the inside and the outside. Not happy. Not happy at all. Another thing we did, speaking of immersion systems, here's an immersion system I really like that is not leaked and was easy to install. fog hashing B6D, which is the predecessor to the fog hashing C6. We went through and labeled all of our miners. That's been on my to-do list. So the way that I labeled this, right, you know, top left to bottom right, reading left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the miners. There's some different models here at play, so I got the models labeled as well. So I know exactly what miner is not only where, like container, right? So like here's also maybe redacted, if not C2. I know where, you know, the miners are in there. I know where the miners are in that one, and so forth. So then I've also spent time overclocking all of my Kaspa miners. There's one miner that the overclock is not working, so I'm gonna have to mess around with that one. But it's been on my bucket list to acquire and review the Bitmain Antminer HS3. I got the new Ivy Link Cadena miner as well. Have the miners set up over here and deployed. So, you know, if I have hot days, no big deal. Assuming the one lone fan stays alive. And I bought a dozen more miners, and they should ship like any day now. So that's gonna be pretty crazy. That's gonna send me right back to capacity until we get our next expansion in the VoskCoin Mining Farm, which has been well underway for a while, deployed out here. And it's gonna be the last major thing we do before we pull a 3-phase out here to the farm. But you know, as Bitcoin's bouncing off the charts and all the altcoins are starting to jump right after it, you know, it's exciting, and it's going to be a good time. And just like cryptocurrencies, mining hardware prices are going to skyrocket. People are going to make money in crypto. Mining is going to be super lucrative again, and people are going to you know, pay a premium for those devices they get in the game. I'm not here to flip any hardware. I'm here to, you know, just try to get good buy-ins on my mining hardware. A lot of stuff deployed, a lot of little, you know, busy work out here, cleaning things up, trying to keep a handle on it. I know this is a bit like vloggy of a style, but I just want to check in, show you guys what I'm doing, what I've been working on, and you know, where my head's at and where we're going from here. So, as always, I appreciate you. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. We run 10 seconds of tails in every video because she is the cutie. A big wind gust, and she kickstarted the VoskCoin journey. Starting to rain even harder. I'm sick of rain. But I hope you're not sick of me. Hope you subscribe. That's all I got. See you later.